indeed the talking continues, and indeed talking politics continues.
Yes, indeed. Still sticking with the very first issue we started with, the 2027 election. Does opposition coalition pose a threat to the APC? If you do see that all the pages of the newspaper today, even on the social media space, this story kept trending. So we need to analyze it and see it from a different point of view from another guest who joins us now, Austin Aigbe, the advocacy officer and ECOWAS liaison lead, West Africa Democracy Solidarity Network. That's what it was. Thank you so much, Austin, and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, so Austin, let me catch what's your take on this ADC coalition? Is it good for the democracy? Good for the countdown to the 2027 elections as a whole?
Okay, thank you very much. I've listened to a lot of conversation and commentaries on the subject matter, and I think we are back to the 2013, 2014 period before the 2025 elections, that when folks, both individuals and political parties, thought it wise to begin to convene another platform in a way to be able to wrestle power with the then main political party, the PDP, in the 2015 election. But as of today, what you are seeing is more of a replica. People have listened to, folks from the ruling party and of course also oppose this coalition, and commentaries around their individuals, same bedfellows. The same thing we knew or we heard about the 2013, 2014 ahead of the election of 2015, that the strange bedfellows wouldn't work. But today, the strange bedfellows are almost doing 12 years in the leadership of Nigeria. Coalitions are not to be taken for granted, particularly when you have folks who have been opposing each other, having the same, coming on the same platform. In any way, that is politics. There is no permanent enemy, no permanent friend. It is permanent interest. What you see today is interest. And as we head to 2027 election, we are going to see some people in today's APC who will suddenly change their interest and join the current coalition.
Okay, so let's look at it from the electoral point of view, really, because at the end of the day, it's Nigerians that will take a decision as to what happens in 2027. So everyone generally believes, but some others say that is when there is free and fair election. So what must be done going forward to ensure that whether opposition or the ruling party, at the end of the day, Nigerians, whatever they decide, happens?
So what makes democracy sweet is the power to decide. And of course, that is freedom. And another thing that makes democracy sweet is frequent election or periodic election. So Nigerians have got to make a decision. Nigerians may eventually not make decision in favor of the coalition. Nigerians may make decision in favor of the ruling party, having looked at the pros and cons of all of the individuals in the public domain. Today, we are talking about Peter Obi, who is to spearhead the presidency of the coalition, not undermining the current or the kickstarting of the conflict within the ADC by yesterday's press statement by the former presidential candidate, even though I didn't see any value in that press statement anyway. But Nigerians, we have to make a decision. It is Nigerians. But you hear from your coalition, the main reason for the coalition is because Nigerians are suffering. But you cannot speak for Nigerians. Nigerians have to speak for themselves. So there are Nigerians who like the ruling party, who like all of the policies of the ruling party. There are Nigerians who think that what is happening right now desire a change. And what will make that happen will be on the day of election. Nigerians will make the decision. And so the whole idea, again, the whole idea of the coalition is to build up a base that is wider than the current scope. Or maybe you say there are individuals who are just popular in the north. There are others only in southwest. There are others in northeast. There are others in southeast. So having that combination, the same thing that happened ahead of the 2015 election, where you had a new PDP, you have part of ABGA, you have ANC, you have NPP, ANPP, and all of them coming together to form this broad base. So that's what the coalition is doing. Seeing a David Mark, who has never really been, who has pulled back, let me use that word, who has pulled back, coming to fore. Say Dr. Balaji Abdullahi, who has literally put back and coming to fore. That's an important trajectory. They've got weight, and let's see how it goes for Nigeria to decide.
Okay, we have the ruling APC, we have this coalition ADC. Where does that leave the PDP?
I mean, I don't think at this time we should be talking about the PDP. With all due respect to the PDP, it was an organization, in my former workplace, it was an organization we did support. Arguably, we thought that the PDP would be able to move beyond the current challenge. But right now, it has further deeper. So, for instance, I'll give you a quick comparison. Just December last year, Ghana had an election in which the ruling party lost, the NPP. As I speak to you now, the NPP had a meeting last month, June. The president, Nana Akufo-Addo, was in that meeting. The candidate of the party who lost, who made the phone call, was in that meeting. The NPP, as we speak, has created what they call the Patriotic Institute. And right now, they have learned. They've learned from what led to their failure. And they are trying to come up with strategies to deal with future elections. But what did PDP do? After the 2015 election, in an attempt to rebuild, to learn, but rather than agree on failure, majority of them started blaming themselves. And what you have in PDP today is that leads up from 2015 that is almost very difficult, I argue, very difficult to get back. And I don't think you can sanction, I mean, you're going to sanction people. You don't even need to sanction people. You need to appeal to them to come back. Well, you can't even sanction the governor of Delta State that moved. You couldn't sanction the Akwa Ibom governor that left the party. So who are you going to sanction? I don't think the PDP should just go inward, go and review. Don't think about feeding candidates in 2027 election. And in my opinion, I don't think that will materialize. Maybe you can hold strong the states you already have captured, the likes of Osun and Enugu and elsewhere. You could concentrate on those areas and gradually build up. But the way PDP is today, it does not fit into the narrative of the 2027 at all. I repeat, at all. Because right now, it doesn't have the structure, even though you can have buildings, but it doesn't have the structure to deal with an effective party administration.
So how do we deal with things like this when it comes to political parties? Because everybody thinks probably there's something fundamentally wrong with the PDP as a political party. But remember, that is a party that has produced prominent leaders in the past, presidents, for instance. Obasanjo left the PDP and even had to tear his ticket, his party membership card. Jonathan, after he was taken away from office in 2015, doesn't seem to even appear in most of their gatherings and all that. Why is that happening? Is that the kind of thing we should be seeing in big political parties like this? Because from what you explained from the Ghana situation, that is not the case.
Because Nigeria, we don't have political party system. What we have is the organization coming together to run elections. After elections, they are back to their individual perspective. There is no party. I know, because there is a party, there is a name called party in Nigeria. Yes, we agree there is political party, but the structure and the administration of party architecture, there is no political party in Nigeria. Now check it. In Syria alone, the two major political parties, the APC, of course there's also the APC in Syria alone, the APC and the SLPP have been in existence for more than 3 decades. But where's Nigeria? You cannot run an election, you lost an election, party dies, another one comes up. Parties in Nigeria are owned by individuals. And that is why you see what's even happening in the AGC also as of this moment, that the individuals are the ones playing this narrative of coalition and all of that. But if you go to Ghana, the NPP, far back before the 1992 constitution of Ghana, the NPP existed, the NDC existed. But today, where's the SDPs? Where are the AGs? Where are the NROCs? Where are all of those parties? So parties come with, it's almost like a republic, every political party. So once the NDC organized now and they're unable to feed candidates or they're unable to win election, the NDC is gone. The NDC is gone. And the same thing, if the APC today lost election, you are going to have what will happen to the PDP happening to the APC very soon. What what is keeping the APC today is because of presidency. And that's what kept PDP for that long. They were unable to build a political party system wherein you have a state governor as the leader of a party. A state governor who just came to the party maybe by way of resource control, he brought in money, became state governor, and suddenly is leader of the party. Or a president who know nothing about the party administration because he wanted the ticket to win election. He got the ticket, he won an election, and suddenly become a national party. He can no longer be controlled by the party. Party supremacy is dead. How can you run? How can you have a political party system? What's happening in the PDP today is that even the NEC cannot even control the NWC. The NEC. And look at all the fragmentation of the party structure. That's a problem of the absence of political party system in the Nigeria ecosystem. It is not just about the PDP, it's Nigeria's challenge. We do not run a political party system. Look at the defection. Someone won election on the basis of party A, soon defect to party B. Then where is the party system? How can you build a party when someone who won as a governor of a party, the people voted for a particular party, and suddenly that man, that individual winning on another party, suddenly abandoned the party where he won and moved to another party. So where is the party system? And at the end of the day, party is dead. You blame the party. I will blame the party because the structure of the Nigerian state do not support the growth of Nigerian political party system. If you defect, you should lose your position, and the party should send a new representative. If that had happened to our political party system in this country, what you see with the PDP today will not have happened. People get angry. Are you also aware that politicians set problem within party so that they can defect? They create some word problem, a party word location. Create problem, put some money there, and create the problem. Then there's conflict, and then the man say, "Well, there's conflict in my word. I cannot settle them. We are divided." But that's not even what the law says. The law says when there's a visible division, not conflict. But people have utilized conflict to abandon the party that brought them on board and then abandon it, and suddenly we are talking about political party. Again, to your question, there is no party administration system in Nigeria. What we have is organization of individuals forming a political association for the purpose of contesting election. When you win, you continue. When you lose, the party goes.
Okay, Austin, before we let you go, with what you said, I mean, that even casts a shadow of doubt in some people's minds on the coalition. You said there's an absence of party structures, and people have said that this ADC coalition is an amalgamation of strange bedfellows. What does that say for its chances of being able to unseat President Tinubu or the APC in 2027?
I just said that earlier. Folks who are saying is to discredit the coalition, to say same bedfellow. In 2013, we also heard of that narrative. The PDP used the same word, that the coalition of the new PDP, part of AFGA, part of ANPP, and of course Buhari is coming in from his party, Jagaban himself coming in from his own party, and they call it strange bedfellows. But today, those strange bedfellows are in leadership of the Nigerian state. So parties need to start from the beginning by creating political party architecture. And one way to do that for a Nigerian political party system is to give effect legally to party administration of political party as it were. So for instance, you don't have, if you defect, defection is a bane to our political party administration and party system in Nigeria. When people defect, it weakens the system. When you defect, you move people because you've got the new resources. You move people who voted for you to another party. That's the problem of political party, as I said.
All right, Austin, we just have to let you go now. We thank you so much, and we appreciate your time with us on this one. Austin Aigbe is an advocacy officer and ECOWAS liaison lead West Africa Democracy Solidarity Network, WADEMOS, talking to us. I don't know which country you're talking to us, or whether you're in Nigeria, but wherever you have talked to us from, we appreciate your time. Do have a great day.
All right.
Take a quick break, right?